What up, bro?
Yo.
What you trying to do?
Shit. Let me look at I don't trust this motherfucker, boy.
Back home now, boys, and the wind is blowing a lot, so I'm not gonna talk a lot out here, but just wanted to show, I know this little clip came as a surprise, but I just wanted to show everyone that might not know what's in this car. It's a bone stock F23A from the JDM importer, and it's paired with a Prelude, like the shortest gear ratio Prelude transmission ever. And yeah, really simple setup. It's got AC, power steering, everything works. It's supposed to be a daily driver, but I don't daily it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I also port matched the intake and threw a H23 throttle body on this unit, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just a little daily beater, supposed to be. And if you didn't watch, we did take this thing to Classic Hondas on the Dragon last year, and it was super fun. The only thing is missing, bro, is paint. Like, once I paint this car, it's gonna be pretty nice, and then from there I'll probably leave it alone for a little while. And honestly, I might end up turboing this thing down the road as well. I don't want to turbo it and do too much. Like, I really want to keep this thing around 200 horsepower, and I think that'll be plenty fun, and we'll have turbo noises and stuff. So, but yeah, got some new parts in, and we're gonna get on out to the shop and get out of this wind. There is no freaking way, bro, that this is gonna work. There is no way that this freaking motor is sitting like this, bro. There's no freaking way. Oh my God, bro. Here I am so freaking concerned about what I'm gonna have to do to make this make this mount, bro. And man, I wanna give a huge shout out to my boy, Rashawn Harrell. He texted me last night, bro, and said, just slide the mount over. Just slide the whole bracket over and then weld it to the car like that. Kind of like when people do K-swaps. Bro, look at this shit. This thing is bolted. I actually got the engine pretty much sitting on this cross member over here. Like, these are only finger tight now. So, and the only thing is I'm not gonna be able to run this third bolt right here just because the timing, like this thing is barely a finger like worth between it. So there's just no way I'm gonna be able to run that one. But I think these 2 bolts should be a plenty, bro. I think these 2 bolts should be a plenty. And bro, this is insane. This is gonna work. This side is sitting flat, just weld up right there, right? All we gotta do is build this little area up here, maybe put some flat stock in between it, something like that. Weld all that together. Same thing with this back side. The back doesn't have this much gap. The back won't even allow my finger to go between it. So I'm thinking maybe one little piece of 1/4 inch should treat that back fine. And guys, the bolt is through. Like, bro, problem solved, bro. Now I just gotta get Dunny ass over here so we can just weld this shit up. And bro, we can go ahead with this. This is gonna freaking work, man. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm not even gonna cap, bro. I wanna pull this engine back out and I wanna go ahead and finalize the wiring and make sure everything is pretty much 100% ready for this engine to go in for like the final time. All right, guys, so I got the engine back out of the car. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know, bro, like I have found a few more issues with this freaking swap, bro. That's gonna be a pain in the butt, I think, but I gotta just tell myself the freaking car is totaled, bro. Like, this car is already 4 different colors. I don't care. I'm making this freaking motor fit, and what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna take the grinder and I'm just cut all into this frame rail at the front. I mean, guys, it's structural, yes, but I don't know, man. It's just, I'm gonna have to do it, bro. Like, I'm gonna chop down in here some. I gotta beat this crap so much farther over, bro, for the alternator to fit. It ain't even funny. Like, the alternator does not want to work, but once I figure that part out, the rest should be smooth. I checked all the axle angles and stuff. Everything looks good. Right now, what I'm about to do is splice in my little connector here for the alternator wire. So here is the extension piece, and then here's the factory harness. All I gotta do is splice these together. And to do that, I like to use these things. They're really simple. You just put one end of each wire into each end and tighten down the little screws. And then it's got this really thick piece of heat shrink that you just shrink down over top of them and you're good to go, bro. It's really that simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked out. That'll be pretty much all of the wiring. I'll probably do a little bit of tape work on this back harness section and on this side over here where I got kind of all of it torn apart. Try to tape that up just a little bit, make it look a little nicer. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out this rear heater core hose for that one up here that I figured will work with a little bending. And then that will be those 2 slight issues took care of. And then we'll just go ahead and start hammering and cutting into this frame rail until we can make this freaking alternator fit. Bro, this thing is so fucking dope, bro. Like, now we got us a solid connection, bro. And that is how you extend the alternator wire. Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. And here's a little picture of what it looks like. This is an 8-2 gauge kit. So hear me out, boys. I originally was going to bash the living crap out of the the frame rail to get the alternator to fit, but I'm still gonna have to bash it in a little bit, I'm sure of that. But what I realized was this is the F23 alternator pulley. Look at how wide, this is like 6 rib, bro. I'm not even running a 6 rib belt, so I don't need that many ribs. But, try to hold this thing wants to spin. But I had a D-series alternator laying back there on my rack. And bro, look at the size difference. Pause. Look at the amount of extra clearance I just gained. Almost, it's damn near a ½ inch. It's over a quarter of an inch, I think, of clearance right there. And I might have to shave this head down this bolt a little bit. But I'm pretty sure it was so freaking close. Like, I didn't show it on camera when I test fitted when it was on the car, but it was so close, guys. Like, it's just gonna have to have a little massage, and I think with the addition of this slimmer pulley and us bashing it in just a hair, I think that that's gonna take care of that issue. So there goes yet another big issue that I think we have resolved. Bro, there she is, boys. I went ahead and shot a little coat of good old black Rust-Oleum paint on it. Got all of the spots where we actually scraped the paint off all coated up. Try to keep the rust to a minimum on this baby. And yeah, man, this thing is freaking ready, bro. I'm so hyped for this. Like, y'all don't even know, bro. I'm so hyped for this shit. This is crazy. So we got that done. Now I can continue on. I need to get that rear hose on. That's what I was working on earlier before I knocked off. So I need to go ahead and get that rear hose mounted up and we'll just continue on from there, bro. I'm gonna stop talking so much. I don't know if I'm a time lapse or what. I might just go on and get some stuff knocked out for the night and then give y'all a little recap. Today's Thursday, and I really want to get y'all a video out for tomorrow. And having this mount done is a major step. So I feel like that in itself is gonna be worthy of me posting this video for y'all. Plus, I'm probably gonna put in the little pulls I got with the F23 CD6 like the other day. So I think it'll be a good vlog, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock a little bit more out, and then I'll give y'all a little update before we close this video out. This is pretty much where I'm gonna stop at, boys. I went ahead, got the starter completely mounted. It's nice and tight. I found me 3 bolts for this mount bracket on the passenger side where the transmission goes. I went ahead and got that rear heater core hose hooked up, and see, this will just flip out just like so and connect to the back of the block. That'll work just fine like that. I also got a nut put on the back of this bolt. That's nice and tight. And as you saw in the last clip, I got the post mount shaved. I did test fit it before I painted it, and it's got about a good ½ inch of clearance between the belt and it now. So that should be golden. But yeah, this thing is looking minty, bro. Everything's coming together. I did test fit my fuel hose in earlier videos. I just never showed it, but hopefully this thing doesn't leak. This is an eBay unit as well. So yeah, guys, I think this is pretty much where I'm gonna wrap this video up for tonight. I am super stoked about that mount being done, bro. Like, next video, man, I should be able to stick this motor in the car for the final time. And from there, I can just check on that clearancing where we did with the alternator, make sure that fits. We can clearance that sub. A matter of fact, I might push that in a little bit before I put the engine back just to test. And I think for that crank pulley, I'm gonna drop that radius rod on that side, put the engine in and lower it down, put the crank pulley on, and then slide it back up. I think that's gonna be my best bet to make that crank pulley fit. And then from there, bro, once we got the alternator and crank pulley in there with all the mounts in, this motor's not coming back out. Man, that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Make sure you guys go show my boy Dunny some love. I leave his Instagram on screen right now. I don't know how much he uses it, but he does use TikTok a lot. So make sure y'all go show him some love, bro, because I could not have gotten this done without him, as well as when we do the intercooler piping. That's definitely gonna be all him, bro. I'm just getting the car running, bringing it to him, and letting him button all the intercooler piping up, and then this thing will be ready. So I will catch y'all next time, guys. Remember, respect all bills. Peace out.